Nifty is flat. There is no major change, up about 1 to 2 rupees. Pharma is in focus. I think Dr. Reddy's has launched a drug, relaunched a drug right now. It's up about 2%. We'll just pull up that name. Dr. Reddy's. Biocon is already up 2.6. Dishman Pharma is up about 4. Dr. Reddy's on the top gainers list, up about 2% or so. Sarabjit Kour Nangra is now joining us from Angel Broking. Ma'am, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Last 5 years have been great for pharma companies. You think those returns are possible going into 2016 as well?
See, returns overall in pharma definitely can be made even at these junctures, because pharma is more defensive, more durable business idea available in the market. And unlike FMCG, where ROEs are higher, growth is subdued, pharma is a good combination of a decent growth and decent ROEs. And the valuations are not that expensive as FMCG, which is another defensive sector. So to that extent, yeah, the sector will make money, but definitely to get more out of the sector, you should be aligned to stocks wherein the margin of safety is pretty higher, because the risk that the risk associated with stocks differs. So actually, we are aware that USFDA is the major risk for most of the stocks. Then and majority of companies now get around 40 to 50% from US. So at higher valuations, investors have to be cautious, and when such events happen, they should get into also these stocks, because these are large cap companies which actually deliver very well if kept for the long term. So yeah, the sector will definitely reward investors equally.
Right. Just as we are talking, Dr. Reddy's has announced that they have relaunched Nexium in the US market. What would be your view over there? I think it's up about 2.5%.
Positive news, definitely, because Nexium is a kind of a drug which can fetch good returns for the company. Though actually we expect that it will fetch roughly around EPS wise, it will fetch only 1 to 2 rupees, but definitely positive news. Any product for the vicinity of around 30 million, 15 million is a decent product for the company.
You think this will allay a lot of fears away from investors, the fears that they had about Dr. Reddy's and losing market share and all the drugs possibly going ahead, or it's just an interim relief?
See, it's an interim relief, because losing market share is something. See, even Sun Pharma has USFDA issues. They will, in the short term, when they're not supplying, they will try and augment it through supplies to other facilities. So is the case with Dr. Reddy. They have a problem. They have a problem with their API facilities with USFDA, and the one injectable is there, but injectable is not contributing so far. So API they can always get outsourced from third party, so that's not a problem, but it takes time. So 1 or 2 quarters would be affected. So per se, in terms of market share, it's not a very big issue. These are issues which come and go, yeah, but they take a toll because USFDA is very stringent. So unless they come out of it, I think it takes at least one year plus. So that is the kind of patience an investor has to take when they get into such stocks.
Right. As far as the overall sector is concerned, you think the mid-cap space would do much better?
See, as I said, we are not classifying as mid-cap, large-cap, because equally mid-caps also, there are many which are expensively priced in our coverage. We have in our coverage companies like small companies like Dishman, which are trading at 18. I have Indigo Remedies, which is trading 25 times. So valuations is something which which can't be classified as mid-cap and large-cap. On the other hand, you have Sun Pharma available price to book of around 3.6, wherein you have positives like its drug launches happening and other things. So I don't think so you can classify mid-cap, large-cap, but stocks are there. Like in mid-cap space, you have Ipca Labs, which is going through bad times because, again, of USFDA. So that's a good opportunity to get in. Apart from large caps also have very good opportunity in the form of Dr. Reddy and Sun Pharma. So these are the two stocks which are available in spite of what is happening. And as I said, valuation is the only lookout an investor should have, because the rest of the industry is pretty diversified, it's pretty stable, it's pretty stable in terms of ROEs and growth. So when such bad times come and valuations become attractive, investors should get into these stocks actually.
Right. Just talking about Dr. Reddy's again, you think the launch which they have done in terms of Nexium, should be taken as negative for Torrent Pharma and Cipla, because they had gained because of Dr. Reddy's, not being able to launch this drug?
See, though I don't track the companies that you mentioned, but any large company is better to be in large companies, because obviously if I have a Sun Pharma with larger share, Malupin, as my competitors, obviously we can gain a market share higher than me. So obviously for them it becomes incrementally low, and their base is also low. These companies are operating on high base. That's why we recommend mostly getting into large companies only, unless in mid caps valuations are very, very attractive.
Right. Right, ma'am. Thank you so much for taking out time for us. A pleasure talking to you. As we were talking to her, we focused on the news flow. Just to read the news flow, has relaunched the Nexium generic in US. Torrent Pharma and Cipla are the other suppliers of this drug. This relaunch has come in after the capsule color has been changed, so it's not a major issue. It was a big setback that we're talking about Dr. Reddy's, and now at least some fears have been allayed. 2% higher for Dr. Reddy's. Taking a break, coming back into Focus on Markets would continue.